Welcome back to This Is America with John Elliott.
Welcome back. Hour number 3, the fastest 3 hours on radio. Thanks so much for joining us. Andy Abrams-Wilson joins me now. He is a Emmy-nominated producer, director, and cinematographer. He's had features and past productions for HBO and the Sundance Channel, also with the CBC, and he's been a director and a producer of many great events over the last little while. Right now, we want to talk to him about his newest feature, where he was the producer, director, and the cinematographer. It's called Under Our Skin. There's no medicine for someone like you. It is playing right here in town at the Pacific Gas Lamp. Times tonight, 6:55 and 7:30. Kathy and I are going to the 6:55 show tonight, and it is in town tonight, Wednesday, and closes Thursday. So you'll need to get out and catch this film. We want to welcome Andy to the program. How are you?
Great. It's nice to be here, and I just do want to correct something.
Oh, please.
We just found out that the film is going to be extended another week.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, so it will have been in San Diego for a total of 3 weeks, which I think is longer than it's been anywhere so far.
Well, 3 weeks for a motion picture, especially a documentary, is rather extraordinary. You know,
absolutely.
The motion picture exhibitors don't suffer documentaries very well unless it's a Michael Moore film like Sicko or something. But
exactly.
To have a film pressing 3 weeks is really extraordinary. And we should mention that this was an official selection at the Tribeca Film Festival, an official selection at Silver Docs Film Festival, as a winner as the best documentary at the Camden International Film Festival, also a winner, best documentary at the Durango International Independent Film Festival, winner as the best documentary at the Sonoma International Film Festival, and also at the Houston International Film Festival, where it was winner of the best documentary. We're delighted that it's being held over. Thank you very much for telling us that, and we'll make sure that I will let our audience know. So it will be running through next Thursday then, a week Thursday.
Correct.
That's wonderful. Tell us about the film and why you chose this topic and what made you move this project forward.
Well, you know, this is where we lose half of the audience. When I answer that question and say what the film is about, because the film is about Lyme disease, and
you're not going to lose my audience with that.
Okay, that's good. But we do. People start to drift away. People don't know much about Lyme disease, and what they think they know is that it's something that's probably not very serious and that probably only affects people in the Northeast. And, well, that's just not the case. It is a hidden epidemic that's larger than AIDS, and it's in every state of the country. It's on every continent in the world. And what we uncovered in making the film is not just uncovering the hidden epidemic of Lyme disease, but also it's an indictment of our healthcare system.
Tell us what Lyme disease is, please.
Yes, it's actually a cousin of syphilis. So it's a bacterial infection caused by a microorganism which is spiral-shaped, so it can actually drill into any part of the human body, much like syphilis did, and cause all sorts of different symptoms. And because of this, it's very often misdiagnosed as other things, such as chronic fatigue syndrome and fibromyalgia and rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis and ALS and
ALS being Lou Gehrig's disease.
Lou Gehrig's disease, and even Alzheimer's disease and autism very often.
Alzheimer's and autism, doctors are misdiagnosing Lyme disease as?
Correct. And it's because we don't have really accurate testing that people continue to go on sick, chronically sick, without a diagnosis or with a wrong diagnosis. And all the while they're getting sicker and sicker when they could have been treated from the very beginning. It's a simple course of antibiotics, but people are not getting diagnosed quickly enough.
We all know how people catch syphilis. You know, we always heard it was off a toilet seat, but we know how people catch syphilis. How do people become a victim of Lyme disease?
Well, usually it's through the bite of an infected tick, a deer tick, to be exact.
Mm-hmm.
But really, this is somewhat controversial because we definitely found there's evidence of Lyme disease being transmitted from mother to child in utero, so that's maternal fetal transmission. And very often the mother doesn't know she's sick, and her child becomes sick with mysterious symptoms, cognitive symptoms, neurological or psychological symptoms. and it goes unnoticed or undiagnosed. Sometimes there's also been evidence of a miscarriage and stillbirth due to Lyme disease. So it's a very serious illness, and it's just not being taken seriously, and frontline physicians don't know what to look for and don't have the adequate tools either to diagnose it or to treat it.
Antibiotics treat it well?
Yeah, antibiotics are proven effective if it's caught right away.
Does it get it under control, or does it eradicate it?
Well, the belief is that it will eradicate it if it's caught early on. But the problem is the early symptoms of Lyme disease are just like the flu. And people don't always get the telltale bullseye rash. That's another myth, that everybody with Lyme disease gets that rash, and that's not the case. And so, but if you do have the rash, it means you do have Lyme disease, and you need to be treated right away instead of waiting for a test, because it takes weeks for the blood tests, which are their antibody tests, to become positive. So in that valuable time you're missing, that is the time when people need to be treated. So it's really because of lack of understanding and awareness about this disease that it does go on to chronic stages.
And then
that's
what
where it's
happens?
very difficult to treat.